Hello, my small wonders. Are you ready for a story? I'm Tracy and I've got a classic book for you today. This one is called The Little Mermaid by Miles Kelly, illustrated by Louise Ellis. Shall we begin? The Little Mermaid. Deep beneath the ocean, where the water is emerald blue, lived the Sea King, a merman, and all his subjects. That means all the people in his underwater kingdom. He lived with his daughters, the little sea princesses, in a beautiful castle made of coral, shells, and pearls. What a colourful castle they all live in. The youngest mermaid was much quieter than her sisters, and longed for the world above the waves. That means she really wanted to live on land. She could often be found gazing at a statue of a man that had fallen to the sea floor from a wreck. So a ship must have crashed one day, and this heavy statue fell to the bottom of the sea. The little mermaid would swim to the surface and sit on a rock to watch the great ships pass by. One evening, a large ship with 3 masts lay on the water. There was music and song on board, and as night fell, coloured lanterns were lit. Ooh, look at that whale in the distance. Can you see the ship with its flags and its big masts? The little mermaid swam closer to get a better look at the people on board. Inside was a young prince. He was having a birthday party. Everyone was dancing, having fun. Then there were fireworks, which exploded as bright as day. Wow, look at all those fireworks. I bet the little mermaid wanted to join the party. What do you think? But all of a sudden, a storm was upon them. The ship groaned and creaked as the waves broke over the deck. Everyone was in grave danger. The little mermaid saw the prince slip into the water, rising and falling with the waves. She reached him and dragged him to the surface. So the little mermaid saved his life, didn't she? The little mermaid swam through the night to find land, and eventually she found a little bay near a castle where the water was deep. She pushed the prince onto the warm, dry sand. She must have been very strong. Suddenly a princess appeared from the castle. She hurried towards the prince. The little mermaid hid behind some rocks and watched from the water. Why do you think the little mermaid didn't go on land? That's right, because she has a tail. She doesn't have any legs. The princess helped the prince back to her father's castle to recover. They soon fell in love. Even so, the prince couldn't help but wonder who had saved him. The prince knew it wasn't the princess. He was very curious, wasn't he? Each day the mermaid returned to the bay. She would hide and watch as the prince rowed his rowing boat every evening. I think the little mermaid really likes the prince, don't you? One day a great party was held at the Sea King's palace. Everyone was dancing and singing, all apart from the little mermaid. Oh, she looks very sad. She was desperate to find a way to be with her prince, so she left to find the old sea witch. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Look at all those eels. Ooh. The old sea witch smiled nastily when the little mermaid asked to be given legs to replace her mermaid's tail. Ooh, so the witch smiled an evil smile when she found out that the little mermaid didn't want to be a mermaid anymore.
If you drink this potion, your wish will be granted. But if the prince marries another, you must return to the sea and become foam on the waves. As payment, you will lose your voice,
she added. Oh no, that means if the little mermaid changes her tail into legs, she must give up her voice. The little mermaid swam to the shore and drank the potion. At once, her tail became 2 legs. She tried to find the prince, but found it hard to walk. Yes, I can imagine she found it difficult to walk because she's never done it before. The little mermaid sat down to rest and soon fell fast asleep. When she awoke, the prince was there. "I'll take care of you," he said. But the little mermaid couldn't reply. And why is that? That's right, because she couldn't speak. The sea witch had her voice. They spent lots of time together, and the little mermaid fell even more in love. But the prince was engaged to be married to the princess, who had found him on the shore. On the day of the prince's wedding, the little mermaid was very sad indeed. She left the ceremony to return to the sea, but she did not turn to foam, as the sea witch had said. Do you remember? The sea witch said if the prince married someone else, the little mermaid would turn into foam. Foam looks a little bit like that bubbly stuff you see on top of hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate. But let's see what happens to the little mermaid, shall we? Instead, she found herself being lifted up by spirits. "Don't be sad. Come with us," they cried. "We fly around the world to do good deeds." The little mermaid joined them and was happy at last. I bet you thought she would end up with the prince, didn't you? It's a shame the little mermaid didn't show the prince who she was in the beginning, and didn't show her feelings for him until it was too late. She loved him very, very much. Sometimes we get too scared to show people how we feel. Time goes by so quickly these days. So if you get the chance, I hope that you'll remember to let people know how much you care about them. Don't wait too long and miss your opportunity like the little mermaid did. A simple thank you, I miss you, and I love you can really make someone's day. So thank you for listening to this story, my small wonders. I miss you already, but hopefully I'll see you again for our next story. Bye-bye.